Hi guys, this is Lauren here today to help alleviate your back pain by some back strengthening exercises to really help support those muscles in your spine. Please remember, if you like the video, to give me a thumbs up, to add me to your playlist. That way you can come back and practice with me anytime. So I've got my assistant Cedri back with me today, and we're going to be focusing on strengthening our backs so that we can support the spine, support the core, and in turn alleviate a little bit of back pain that can be caused by weaker muscles. So to get started, we're going to start in a pose called Dandasana. So the important part of this pose is to sit up nice and tall. If you need to bend your knees a little bit to do that, please do so. Plant the palms beside the hips. If you've got longer arms like me, bend the elbows so you can release the shoulders down away from the ears. And if you've got shorter arms, you can tent the fingertips so you've got this nice little base. But either way, sit up nice and tall, flexing actively in the feet, maybe flexing so strong that your heels lift slightly off the mat. Lifting up, tucking the chin gently, kind of like someone's pulling you up by a string here. And we'll take 2 deep breaths here. Just feeling that core engage, really trying to lengthen that spine rather than sink back. And then exhale, release. Maybe wiggle out the legs a little bit. And then rocking forward, find your way onto your hands and knees here. We're gonna come into child's pose for a second. So a great option for stretching the back a little more, the lower back, is to bring the knees and the toes to touch. And then sit the hips towards the heels, releasing the forehead to the mat. So here, really extending out through those arms and just breathing into this low back, this low part of the spine here. We'll take 2 deep breaths here. This is a great stretch, just in general, for the low back. It's also great for releasing anxiety. And then we'll come up onto the hands, coming into this tabletop position, setting up the knees about hip distance apart. Moving the hands, palms spread bright, about 6 inches in front of the shoulders. Being mindful that we're not hyperextending the elbows, but really engaging those biceps, those arms. And then plugging those shoulder blades into the back, hugging the elbows towards one another. Begin to lower the forearms, the elbows towards the mat, but they won't touch. So here, really lifting up through this part of the back, so that we're not sinking, we're really engaging. And we'll take 1 deep breath here. In forest yoga, this is sometimes called turbo puppy. And then we'll straighten out the arms, bringing the palms directly under the shoulders. Again, feel free here to cushion up the knees with a blanket or a towel if you'd like. Okay, so we'll take 1 more breath here to explore this turbo puppy. And then lengthening out the arms again. Bring the palms directly beneath the shoulders. Again, being mindful, we have a tendency to hyperextend the elbows sometimes, and really drawing those elbows to a little bend, maybe pointing the creases of the elbows towards each other a little bit. That way we avoid the pressure on that elbow joint. So here, we'll lengthen through the left leg and start to play with the balance, extending the right arm out, really keeping the gaze down, lengthening through the entire back of the body. We'll take a deep inhale here, and then exhale, hug that elbow and that knee in towards each other. We'll do this 2 more times, inhaling to lengthen, and exhale, hug it in. Inhaling to lengthen, maybe wobbling a little bit, that's okay. Exhale, hug it in. And then inhale, lengthen it out. And exhale, release. Coming into that tabletop position. We'll move into this on the other side. So lengthening that right foot out this time. lengthening through the left hand. Notice if one side's a little harder to balance than the other. That's all right. We'll inhale deeply and exhale, curl it in. Inhale to lengthen and exhale, hug that knee into the elbow, knowing that they don't have to touch. It's just a goal to work towards. One more time, inhale to lengthen. Exhale, hug it in. Then inhale, lengthen. And exhale, release the hands and the knees towards the mat. And from here, go ahead and lower all the way down to your stomach. We'll set up for Locust pose, Shalabhasana here. So here, Cedric is going to demonstrate for me. Move the hands to where the palms are facing down beside the body, shoulders are down, and keeping your gaze looking forward here. On an inhale, roll the shoulders back, roll the heart open, and gently lift up through the chest, through the toes. And again, here, we want to be really mindful that we're lengthening through the spine as opposed to crunching in that spine. So here we'll take one more deep breath and exhale, release. Turning the right cheek to the mat, releasing the chest down, the toes down. And then bringing the gaze forward again. We'll go on and do this 2 more times. We'll inhale, roll through the shoulders, lifting up through the toes, really like someone's pulling you in both directions here so that you're lengthening. The gaze is slightly down, the back of the neck is long. We'll take one more deep inhale here and exhale, release, turning the opposite cheek to the mat this time. Taking a pause here. And then setting the gaze back to neutral. We'll do this one more time. So we'll inhale, roll the heart open, lengthen out. Lengthening through the toes. Being mindful that we're not squeezing the glutes, but just extending out and lifting. Neck is long. Beautiful. We'll take one more deep breath in. And exhale, release. Wiggling the hips gently side to side to release that low back. And then coming up to sit, hips to heels. This is a great meditation pose too, to take some pressure off the low spine. So, all right guys, well, thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Be sure to like our videos, add us to a playlist, and we hope to see you back here more often so you can strengthen your back and support your body. Thank you. Namaste.